afternoon, yogis. Welcome to Yoga with Hope. I thought we would practice an all levels Vinyasa today. Just be mindful that if you ever need a break, you're welcome to come into child's pose. Don't ever feel like you need to be doing exactly what I'm doing. If you need to modify. I'll show you a few variations along the way just to assist with that. But just be in your body, be present, and honor it is what you need and what your body is asking for from this practice. So we are going to begin this afternoon in a child's pose. So you can come on around. So you're going to bring the knees wide, or as wide as comfortable, really. And then let the sits bones drop back towards the heels. You're going to reach the fingertips up towards the top of the mat. And then allow the forehead to rest easily and gently onto the mat. I always like to begin my practice with a few cleansing breaths. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just let it all go. A couple more just like that, in through the nose. And let it all go. One more. And out through the mouth. Let your thoughts go. Let all your to-do list go. Just be here. Be present. Knowing that you have nowhere to be and nothing else to do but to be right here on your mat. Begin to connect to the breath. In through the nose, out through the nose. Long, steady, deep breaths. On your next inhale, walk the fingertips up towards the top of the mat. Maybe taking the bend down the elbows. Pressing the sits bones back a little closer to the heels, creating length in the spine here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to walk the fingertips over to the right of the mat. And you can do hands right beside each other, or maybe even the left hand comes on top of the right. And then just pressing the left hip back towards the heels. Really opening through the left side body here. Feeling that stretch all the way from the pinky down to the hip. Breathing into all of those open spaces. And then we can inhale, come back for center, and then take the hands over to the left this time, opening through the right side body. Again, you can press the right palm on top of the left, gently guiding the right hip down towards the heel, fanning the ribs open, sending the breath all the way from the pinky down to the hip. Next inhale is going to bring us back through center. Take one more big stretch here. Maybe even take the forehead to the mat. Do a little rock back and forth, just massaging out the third eye here. Still trying to keep this active, so forearms and elbows up off the mat. And then on your next inhale, we're going to come up into tabletop. So, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. tucking the belly up and in, so taking that sway out of the low back. And just feeling this table for just a moment. Couple breaths right here. And then on your next inhale, we're going to take this into cow pose. So you're going to inhale, drop the belly, lift the crown, lift the sits bones. You can even exaggerate these just a little bit, tuck the toes. And then exhale to cat. So you're going to round the spine, tuck the chin, pushing the mat away from you. Feeling a nice stretch in the shoulders. And then next inhale will bring you back into cow. Really lifting through the sits bones here. And exhale back to cat. Tucking the chin, rounding through the spine. Take a few of these at your own pace, with your own breath. Inhaling the cow, exhaling the cat. Just pausing where you need to pause. And then on your next inhale, we'll all end that back into tabletop. Nice neutral spine. We're going to inhale, lift the right fingertips up towards the ceiling, stacking the shoulders, really opening through the chest here, reaching through those fingertips. And then exhale, we're going to thread the right hand underneath the left, coming into a thread the needle. Your left fingertips can walk up towards the top of the mat. Sits bones are square to the back of the room. You can take this a little bit further if you need it by taking the bind, so wrapping the left hand behind you. Just opening up through the chest here. Making sure you don't have any tension or stress on the neck. Couple breaths. And then we'll inhale, come back through center, take that right hand right back up, inhale, open, exhale, right hand meets the mat. We'll take that on the opposite side. So next inhale is going to lift the left fingertips up towards the ceiling, reaching, opening, and then exhale and thread it through. So this time coming on top of the left shoulder, right fingertips can walk towards the top of the mat. Sits bones squaring. And if you took the bind on one side, you're going to want to take it on the other. So right fingertips reaching behind you. Right shoulder opening. Gazing up towards the ceiling. Checking in with your breath. Next inhale. Come back through center, take those left fingertips right back up, inhaling, and exhale back to tabletop. We're going to take this into a spinal balance. So inhale and take the right heel back. I like to just pause here for just a moment, maybe a little rock back and forth, stretching out through the calf and the toes. So maybe just a few rocks right here, back and forth. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, lift the heel, keeping it in line with the spine here. I like to take the belly, just really mindfully tuck it up and in, taking that sway out of the low back here. So you want to make sure that you don't have the sway, really tucking the belly up and in here. When you're ready, you're going to float the left fingertips. So typically thumb is facing up towards the ceiling, or if you're outside the sky, wherever you are today. Couple breaths right here. Really getting nice and long in the spine. So almost if you're actively trying to kick out the wall behind you, really reaching through the left fingertips. Inhale here, exhale, we're going to bring it in, elbow to knee. So a little curving of the spine, bringing it in nice and close. Inhale, big reach. Exhale, bring it in. Again, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale. One more big inhale here. Get nice and long in the spine. Exhale. And come back into tabletop. We'll take that on the opposite side. So first taking that left foot back. Again, just adding that little movement back and forth if that feels good. And then when you're ready, you can inhale, lift the left heel. Again, mindfully tucking the belly up and in. And when you're ready, floating the right fingertips. Big inhales here. Again, getting nice and long in the spine. Reaching through the fingertips. Inhale here, exhale, bring it in, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale. Again, inhale. Exhale. One more big inhale here, get nice and long, holding just a couple breaths. And then bring it in, tabletop. Maybe add a couple little mini cats and cows here, just realigning the spine. Should feel really good. And then when you're ready, we're going to walk the fingertips up towards the top of the mat. Spread the fingertips out nice and wide. And then what I want you to do is kick the feet out about as wide as the mat. Tuck the toes, lift the sits bones, coming back into a wide-legged downward facing dog. So heels are making their way towards the mat, not necessarily touching the mat, and that's okay. Chest is making its way back towards the top of the thighs, shoulders away from the ears, maybe even taking the head, shaking it, yes, 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 and no, no, no. Allowing the sits bones to lift. And then when you're ready, let's bring the feet in about as wide as the hips here, so coming into a nice, normal, downward facing dog here. And then just begin to pedal your dog. So bending the left knee, and then the right. Taking a few of these back and forth, really opening through the back of the legs here, mindfully pressing the chest back towards the thighs. And then when you're ready, just begin to find some stillness. So allowing the heels to reach down towards the mat. Again, shoulders away from the ears here. And then next inhale is going to bring us up into a high plank. So just checking in on our placement here. So movement from high plank to downward facing dog. We shouldn't have to move the hands or feet very much, or really at all. So nice high plank here, holding to the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Next inhale is going to take us back into downward facing dog. And let's do that again. Inhale, come into high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Again, inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple breaths right here. And then we're going to inhale, right heel to the sky, coming into a 3-legged dog. Really pressing the left heel towards the mat. Right toes reaching towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, fan open the hip, coming into fire hydrant pose. Shoulders square to the mat. And then inhale, right heel back towards the sky. Exhale, and allow the foot to come next to the left. So right meets the left, back to downward facing dog. And then next inhale, left heel to the sky. Again, reaching through the left heel towards the ceiling. Bend the knee, fan open the hip. Mindful of the shoulders, trying to keep them square to the mat. Inhale, left heel reaches back up. Exhale, and left meets the right. We're going to inhale, come back into your high plank. We're going to take a nice slow flow here. So you can modify, come down to the knees, flatten out the toes, and then you're going to bring those elbows in, almost like you're trying to hover and lower all the way down to chaturanga. And then we're going to take a little baby inhale, mini cobra or baby cobra here. Exhale and lower. Inhale again, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Next one's going to bring us all the way up. Inhale, full cobra. All the way. If it's okay on the low back, just a couple breaths right here. Exhale and lower. You're going to tuck those toes. Inhale, come back into table or plank, and then all the way back into downward facing dog. So that was a nice, slow, modified vinyasa. So we're going to take a few of those, but we're going to come on up to the top of the mat first. So inhale up on the tippy toes. You can take a slight bend in the knees. You can hop, step, or jump to the top of the mat. Coming into your first forward fold. So make this a good one. Sorry, I need to make a little adjustment here. So make this a good one. Maybe even bend the knees, allowing the top of the stomach to sort of rest on top of the thighs. Allow the head and shoulders to be heavy. You can even grab opposite elbows here. Rag the doll swaying back and forth. Make this a nice, big, juicy forward fold. Should feel really good. Next inhale, let's come into a half lift. So you're going to straighten out the knees, flatten out the back, crown reaching towards the front of the room. And you want to make sure your hands are either on the floor or your mat, or they can be at the shins. They can even be tops of the thighs. But you really want to inhale nice and flat here, shoulders away from the ears, and almost like you're blossoming through the back of the legs. So inhale here, exhale back into your forward fold, maybe adding that slight bend. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let's take one more of those. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Next inhale is going to bring us all the way up. So slight bend in the knees, nice and slow. Inhale to rise. One vertebrae at a time. Rolling the shoulders back and down, away from the ears. Inhale, arms up overhead. Reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So we're going to move into a couple of sturdy A's with your own breath. I'll guide you, but please just take it with your breath. So inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive or flat back, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Step back, high plank. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here, in through the nose, out through the nose, up on the toes. You can jump or step forward Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root rise, inhale. Hands to heart center. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. So you can jump or step back. Exhale, lower chaturanga, really hugging those elbows in. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. One breath. Up on the tippy toes, slight bend in the knees. Hop, step, or jump. Inhale, half lift and fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more. Inhale here. Exhale. Half lift and fold. Jump or step back. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Couple big breaths right here. Before we add on, we're going to take this inhale with the right heel to the sky. Exhale, bring it through knee to nose, little core plank here. Inhale, take it right back up. Exhale, knee to nose. One more big inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. Pause just for a moment. Place the foot between the hands. Staying in a nice high lunge. Just for a moment. Maybe a little rock back and forth. And then we're going to lower the left knee. Flatten out the left foot. And then almost as if you're trying to keep the fingertips on the mat, you're going to drag the fingertips kind of low. Allow the palms to face forward. Rolling the shoulders away from the ears, really opening to the chest here, shining the heart. Next inhale, bring the arms up overhead. And then exhale, hands to the mat. We're going to sit the hips back, coming into a modified pyramid, also known as a half split. Getting a nice big stretch in the back of the right leg here. Right foot is flexed. And then inhale, we're going to come back to that low lunge. So tuck the toes. Left hand is going to come to the inside of the right foot or arch. And then take the right fingertips up, really opening here. Twisted low lunge, reaching through the right fingertips. Shoulders stacking, maybe even opening just a little bit more, really reaching those fingertips back. Inhale here, exhale. Right hand meets the mat. Take the right foot back, plank. Pause just for a moment here. We're going to take a slow vinyasa to the count of 5. So inhale, slightly coming forward on those toes, and lower 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath here. Adjusting, sorry guys. Inhale, left toe to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, core plank. Inhale. And exhale, knee to nose. One more big inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose. Pausing just a moment here. And then left foot comes in between the hands, nice big low lunge here. Adding that little bit of a movement or rock back and forth on the right toes, getting into those hips here. And then when you're ready, lowering the right knee, flattening out the right foot. Again, tracing the mat with the fingertips, palms facing forward, opening through the chest, shining through the heart. Next, inhale, fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands to the mat. Set it back for your modified pyramid. Opening through the left leg this time, so left hips are flexed. Maybe even walking the hands back. They're really up to you. You can keep the hands up towards the top, or you can bring them back towards the middle. Inhale, let's walk them back up. Tuck the toes, coming back into your low lunge. This time, right palm right to the inside of the left arch. Inhale, take the left fingertips up towards the ceiling, stacking through the shoulders. Fingers are actively reaching. Inhale here, exhale, left fingertips meet the mat. Step it back, plank. We're going to take our slow vinyasa again. So shift forward slightly and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath here. Up on the tippy toes, slight bend in the knees, hop, step, or jump. Back to the top of your mat. Inhale, upward, or half lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, inhale. And hands to heart center. Shut down the eyes just for a moment here. Reset. Check back in with any intention you might have set at the beginning of your practice. Maybe get a quick drink of water. We're going to start adding on, moving into some of our standing poses. So next, inhale, arms up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. You can jump or step back. If you're jumping back, jump back to chaturanga. Lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, right heel to the sky. Exhale, let's bring it through. Again, let's do core plank here. So we're going to right knee to right elbow. Inhale, reach it back out. This time we're going to take it over to the left. So right knee, left elbow. Inhale, bring it back. Next exhale is going to bring it through knee to nose. And then you're going to place it between the hands. We're setting up this time for our warrior one. So you're going to lower the left heel to the mat. Right knee is over the ankle. When you're stable, inhale, root to rise. Warrior one. Hands are really yours. They can be reaching towards the ceiling. They can be gold pose. They can be heart center. Whatever you're needing from your practice today. Settling in just a moment, a couple breaths right here. And then inhale here, exhale, hands back to the mat, step it back plank, take a float here, lower chaturanga, inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing dog, inhale, left toe to the sky, exhale, left elbow, left knee, inhale, left, this time crossing it over to the right, inhale back, exhale, bring it through knee to nose, this time placing it between the hands, setting up warrior one, so flattening out the left heel, inhale, root to rise, warrior one, so nice, strong, warrior one here, hips are squaring towards the front of the room. Inhale, reaching through the fingertips. Next exhale is going to take the hands back to the mat. Step it back, plank. Taking your flow. You're always welcome to skip these as well. And just meet us up in downward facing dog. It's completely up to you. It's your practice. Inhale, right heel to the sky. Exhale, bring it through, setting up warrior one. Been here before, so you know where we're going, kind of. We're gonna add on though from here, but maybe getting a little bit deeper this time into this warrior one. And then next inhale, we're gonna straighten the right knee. Exhale, folding over the right leg, coming into a full pyramid pose. I like to add a little half lift. Inhale here, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, folding just a little deeper. Couple breaths right here. And then this time we're going to take this into a reverse pyramid. So again, left hand comes to the inside or right beside the right foot. And then we're going to take the right fingertips, reach them up towards the ceiling. So a lot going on here. Got strength, balance, flexibility, all in one pose. Pyramid, this is full pyramid pose. Reverse, I should say. Inhale here, exhale, bring those right fingertips back down. We're going to bend this time into the right knee. Inhale, reach those fingertips back up, coming into your warrior one. This time we're going to open it up, warrior two. So making some slight adjustments in the feet here. So left foot becomes parallel to the back of the mat. Right knee is opening up towards the right pinky toe. And knee is directly over the ankle, or at least making its way there. Gazing over the right fingertips. Nice, strong warrior twos. Couple breaths right here. On your next inhale, we're going to flip the right palm, reach forward slightly, scoop it up and back, coming into reverse warrior. Opening through the right side body, right fingertips reaching towards the back of the room. Inhale here, arms come back out to a T. We're going to straighten the right knee. Okay, we're setting up for Trikonasana or triangle pose. So you're going to reach towards the front of the room until you really can't reach anymore. Left hip's kicking out slightly. And then the right fingertips are going to come down, and they can be inside or outside, really the right ankle. And then reaching through the left fingertips. So triangle pose. One of my favorites. You're working into the side body here. Strength, balance, flexibility. Again, all in one pose. Using those obliques when you come back up, inhale, and then exhale, settle back into your warrior two, just for a moment here, and then moving on into your side angle pose. So right forearm to the right knee, left fingertips reaching. If you want to take this a little bit lower, hand can come to the mat, as long as the hips come with it. Adjusting the feet just slightly if you need to. So this is your side angle pose. You can take the fingertips, reach them towards the front of the room. So coming into an extended side angle. If you have a bind in your practice, you're welcome to take that now. Got lots of pops going on. If you guys didn't hear that. Couple breaths right here. And then gently release. We're going to come back into our warrior two. So inhale here, settling in just for a moment, and then cartwheel it down, framing the right foot, step it back, plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up, facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath here. I needed that. So for those who take a practice with me often, know that I always practice with music. And so doing this without music is a little weird for me. So next inhale is going to lift left toe to the sky. Exhale, bring it through. Setting up, this time warrior one on the left side. So again, you guys have been here before. So maybe getting a little deeper into this pose. Hips squaring towards the front of the room. And then moving on into our pyramid. So inhale, straightening through the left knee. Exhale, folding over the top of the left leg. I like to add the half lift, so inhale here. Exhale and fold. Couple breaths right here. Hands are really yours too. You can be up here by the foot, back by the knee. Just allowing the top of the body to be heavy over that leg. So if you need a block, seriously, this is where blocks come in handy too. I can show you really quick because I have one here. So if you have blocks, pyramid pose is better when you don't have to put a lot of strain on the upper body. So a block can come in handy to help relieve some of that stress, if you need it. Blocks are your friends. So we're gonna bend back into that left knee. Inhale, come back up, warrior one. Oh, we didn't take our reverse. So we're gonna take this back, sorry guys. Right hand comes to the inside of the left foot, and then inhale, take the left fingertips up. So reverse pyramid. So this is a little bit like practicing live with me, my little forgetfulness along the way. Couple big breaths right here. And then next, inhale, brings the fingertips back down to the mat. This time setting up back for warrior one. Root to rise, inhale. And then we'll open it up. Warrior two. So again, making those slight adjustments in the feet. Actually, I get to look at you guys now, or myself, it's weird. So knee is almost over the ankle here, and then opening up towards the left pinky toe. So you want to just make sure you can see your left big toe here. Arms reaching out, gazing over that left fingertip. And then when you're ready, inhale, flip the left palm, scooping up and back, coming into reverse warrior. Really opening this time through the left side body. Fingertips reaching. And then inhale, come back. We're going to straighten through the left leg this time, setting up Trikonasana or triangle pose. So reaching first, and then lowering left fingertips towards the ankle. They can be inside or outside. Shoulders are stacking. Right fingertips reaching. Gaze is really up to you. Whatever's okay on the neck here. And you don't want to be too collapsed into this hand. You want to really activate the side body here. And then using those obliques, inhale, come back up. Exhale, settle back in to warrior two. We're taking this into our side angle pose. So wherever you are, you can be forearm to knee, right fingertips reaching, or if you want to take it a little lower, fingertips can come down to the mat, just as long as the hips come with it. Taking this into an extended side angle, so really reaching through the fingertips, or if you have a bind in your practice, taking the bind here. Face is relaxed, breath is calm. And then gently release. Gonna come back into our warrior two. So inhale here. When you're ready, exhale, cartwheel it down, step it back plank, lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath here. Up on the tippy toes, slight bend in the knee, hop, step, or jump. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. Inhale. Hands to heart center. So let's reset here. Shut down the eyes. Check in with your breath. We're going to go through another standing series that will include a balance before we make it all the way down to the mat. We haven't done chair yet, so we should add that in. So we'll inhale here, exhale, let's come into a chair. Just take it as low as you need to take it here. So tucking the belly in, tailbone slightly down, neck and head in line with the spine. So not looking too far down or looking too far up. Everything really nice and neutral. And then maybe even picking up the toes. So you just want to make sure the weight's not too much on your toes. Although, if you guys like to, you can come up onto the tippy toes, adding a little extra challenge here. Maybe getting a little lower. If you're shaking, that's okay. I know I am. You can bring your heels back to the mat. Inhale here, exhale, and fold. Big breath. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to take the right foot, step it back, coming into crescent pose. So inhale, come all the way up, root to rise. Fingertips reaching, maybe even adding a little back bend here if that feels good. And then we're going to come into what I like to do during crescents or little hovers, it's like a little mini hover. So you're going to lean forward, hovering over the thigh, fingertips reaching out. So inhale here, exhale. Next inhale is going to bring us, inhale here, exhale, hands come back. And then inhale, reaching forward. Exhale, push the earth away. Inhale, come back. One more, exhale, push the earth away. Inhale, bring it back. Come on, back up, full crescent pose. Hands to the mat. We're going to step it back up, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, and fold, root to rise. Inhale, hands to heart center. We're going to take this into a little bit of a balance. So, thought we work into a few things. I always like to add on, and I'm sorry, belly, you're going to have to go lay down, honey. So we're going to inhale, come into first a little knee raise, right knee up. And then we're going to take this back into warrior 3 pose. So hips going towards the mat, slight little up dog in the chest here. And arms are really yours. They can reach out in front of you for a full version of warrior 3. They can be out in an airplane mode. They can even reach behind you or simply heart center. Totally up to you. Now we're going to inhale, bring it back up. Try not to let those toes touch the mat. Come on back into your knee raise. You can stay right here, or if you want to play around a bit, you're going to grab the right big toes with your peace fingers. So taking your peace fingers, taking them around the right big toe. Extend on the inhale. Staying right here or opening it up. Totally up to you. This is just an option if you want to take it. You can stay right in knee raise if balance isn't for you. We're going to bring it back through center, release, back to a knee raise. We're going to take this back into a warrior 3 just for a moment. Add a slight bend. Coming into your crescent pose. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step it back to plank and lower. Chaturanga or skipping. Totally up to you. Big breath here. Up on the tippy toes, slight bend in the knee. Hop, step, or jump. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. And hands to heart center. We're going to come into the chair again. So you can inhale here, exhale, sit it back nice and low. Maybe a little lower this time. And then we're going to take this into a twisted chair. So slightly different variation this time. So let's go left elbow, crossing over the right knee, pressing the palms together. So thumbs making their way heart centered here. Sitting the hips nice and low. Couple breaths. And then we'll come back through center. Take it on the opposite side. So this time, right elbow, left knee. Really pressing those palms together. Legs are nice and strong. Inhale, come back. Exhale and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. We're going to take the left foot back. Coming into crescent pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. And then we'll take those hovers here. So inhale and come over the top of the thigh, reaching towards the walls or front of the room. Exhale, push the earth away. Inhale, lift. Exhale and push it away. Inhale, lift. Exhale and push the earth away. Inhale and come back. All the way up to crescent. Pausing just a moment here. Hands to the mat. Step it back, plank. Taking a flow or skipping. Completely up to you. Big breath here. Up on the tippy toes. Slight bend in the knees. Hop, step, jump. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Root to rise. And hands to heart center. We're gonna move on into that crescent. So inhale here, exhale, fold. Take the left foot back. No, sorry guys. Moving into our balancing series. So inhale, left knee up, little knee raise first. And then take it back, coming into warrior three. So squaring the hips to the mat, arms are yours. Take it where you need it. Just a couple breaths right here. Left foot very strong and active. And then when you're ready, bringing it through, trying not to let those toes touch. Coming back into your knee raise first. Then you're welcome to stay right here or add on. So it's the peace fingers. Gonna grab the left big toe this time. Extending and then opening. And balance is different on one side or the other. So don't feel like whatever you do on the left side is gonna feel the same as the right. When you're ready, you can bring it back through center. Gently release. We'll take it back to our warrior three just for a moment. Add the slight bend, lowering back nice and gently into crescent pose. And then hands to the mat. Step it back, plank. Taking a flow here, or skipping. We're gonna bring it down nice and slow. So inhale, right heel to the sky. Exhale, let's bring it through, knee to nose, pausing just for a moment. We're setting up for pigeon pose. So left, right ankle behind the left wrist, right knee behind the right. Take the left toes and just scoot your hips back gently. And then when you're ready, inhale, get nice and long in the spine. Exhale and fold. Right over the right knee. Just staying here for just a moment. So making sure that you're not collapsed too far over into the right hip or into the left, but that your weight is pretty centrally centered and that you're relaxing through the neck and shoulders. This should feel really good in the right hip. We always like to say a nice, yummy stretch into that right hip. If it hurts, just come out of it a little. It should not be painful. This is a good time to check back in with your breath and with your intention. Mindfully being present. And then when you're ready, gently come up, tucking the toes on the left, taking the right leg back, maybe circling out the hip just a little bit here. Should feel really good. And then we'll take that on the opposite side. So inhaling the left heel to the sky. Exhale, bring it through knee to nose. So pausing just for a moment. And then placing the left ankle behind the right wrist, scooching the hips back slightly. Inhale, nice and tall in the spine. Exhale and fold, keeping all of that length with you. And then allowing the shoulders and head to be heavy. And Feeling that stretch, this time in the left hip. You can even create a little pillow here, maybe stacking fist on top of fist, and then forehead to fist. You can fold forearms over forearms and create a pillow that way. Whatever's going to allow you to take no stress out of the neck, the shoulders, and your face. And then when you're ready, inhaling, coming back up. This time we're just going to stay on the mat. So you're going to come on over to the left hip, bring the right foot around. So we're going to set up for a staff pose. So feet are out towards the top of the mat and flexed. And we're going to inhale, take the fingers up towards the ceiling. Okay, nice along the spine, almost as if you've got a little string at the top of the crown. The crown is reaching towards the ceiling here. So inhale here, and with all of that length unfolding over the legs, so the crown is really reaching towards the front of the room. The top of the torso is meeting the tops of the thighs first. And then when you can't fold anymore, then allowing the neck and shoulders to become heavy. But you really want to try to keep as much length in the spine here as possible. You can add a slight bend in the knees too. It's totally okay if you need to do that to take a little bit of the stress off the back of the knee. And then I always encourage inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding just a little deeper. Each inhale lengthening, each exhale folding. Couple more breaths right here. And then when you're ready, inhale, coming back up. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, so setting up for Baddha Konasana or butterfly pose. So soles of the feet are together. You can grab the ankles or the shins, really, it's totally up to you. Again, sitting nice and tall in the spine here. Inhale here, exhale and fold. And it's okay to round through the spine in butterfly pose. Your forehead is reaching towards the mat here. May not be touching, that's totally okay. I always like to kind of scooch the sits bones back a little bit. It just should feel really good on the insides of the thighs here, really opening through the hips. And just a couple breaths right here. And then we'll inhale, come back up through center. Gently bring those knees in. We're going to walk or scooch up to the top of the mat slightly. Make our way into a boat pose before we make our way all the way down to the mat. So again, finding those sits bones. Inhale, getting nice and long in the spine. And then you can bend, obviously bending the knees first and then lifting the feet up off the mat. So again, trying to keep the spine long here. If you can keep the hands behind the thighs, but if you want to add on here, you can float the fingertips towards the ceiling. If you have a little more in your practice, you can lift the feet. It's okay to shake here. And then we're going to lower, slow, a little hover all the way down, maybe pausing in low boat or canoe. And then all the way down to the mat. Big breath in and let it all out. We're going to bring our knees in, giving yourself a nice little hug here. So wrap the forearms around the shins, maybe even bringing the third arm up. And then maybe even massaging out the low back. And then lower. We're going to take this into a spinal twist. So you're welcome to keep the knees bent. If you want to add a little extra, you can straighten the right knee, hug the left knee in, and then take the left knee over. And then when you're ready, the left fingertips are going to come out to a T. Actually, both can come out to a T, but I like to use the right hand to sort of guide my knee down closer towards the mat. Just take the gaze over the left fingertips. It's a little wringing out of the internal organs. So imagining taking kind of a dishcloth and just wringing it out. That's what this is doing right now. Inhale, bring it back to center. Let's take that twist on the opposite side. So you can lower knees together if you want a little bit more. Straighten out the left knee or leg this time, and then allow the right knee to fall over. Taking the gaze this time over the right fingertips. Maybe even shutting down the eyes. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Give yourself one more hug here. And then make your way into Shavasana. I encourage you to take a 5-minute. I don't have music here. So it's just going to be nice and peaceful. But you're going to let the feet fall open and the knees roll outward. The palms can be up to receive energy or down to give energy back. You can even bring one hand to the stomach and one to the heart. Whatever is comfortable for you that allows you just to relax and let go. Be thankful for the practice. I always like to take a quick scan of the body. So relaxing through the feet, the toes, relaxing the knees, relaxing the hips, relaxing the fingers and the arms, relaxing the shoulders and the neck, and then finally relaxing the face stretch here. So inhale here and exhale. And then when you're ready, making your way over onto one side or the other. Doesn't really matter. Pausing for just a moment. So curling up into a little ball. Thanking yourself for your practice. I'm sorry, I have yard workers out right now, so. Inhale, gently come up to a nice, easy seated. Maybe keeping the eyes shut down for just a moment more. Those of you that take my practice often know that I like to close the practice by inhaling and scooping up all of the beautiful energy we created, bringing it into the palms, bringing it down to the third eye for peaceful thoughts, pausing at our mouths for peaceful words, and then on to our hearts for peaceful actions. Thank you so much for spending your afternoon or this last hour with me. It was such a pleasure to be your guide. The light in me honors and celebrates the light in each one of you. From my heart to yours. Namaste.